episode. It's actually a lesson at the University of Houston, the Bauer College of Business. I'm going live on YouTube and Facebook, and I'm about to launch the Zoom meeting. So welcome if you're on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome. If you're on Facebook, if you're a student at the University of Houston in personal finance in my course, you will need to leave a comment. Let me know you're watching. Please, I appreciate that. Doing something a little different today. I'm going to jump over to the Zoom meeting and we will let folks in. Welcome if you're joining us on Zoom. Welcome. Hey, Christina. Hey, Ava. Hey, Ava, I've got a special treat for you. Can you guys hear me, by the way? I'm hoping you can hear me. Testing. You can. Okay, thanks, Cassidy. I appreciate it. So I am going to show off a little bit. This is for you, Ava. This is drum roll. So I did get my Stream Deck, and I think it's working. Can you hear the drum roll? Did you hear the drum roll? Anybody? Testing. 1, 2. I am using some new technology today, so I'm hoping that it. Good morning, Ava. Yes. So you heard the drum roll. Then, if that's the case, yay. You heard that too, I hope. So yeah, it's a new day with new tools, new fun stuff. Let's see if we can do the race car. Can you see the race car? That's my favorite little screen saver kind of thing. Anyway, that was fun. Yeah, it took a minute for me to figure out how to do this, but okay, back to the issue at hand, which is today's lesson in personal finance. We're going to talk about, we're going to start the Credit Crush assignment. I mentioned it last week, and so I will get started on that. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay and see everything okay. This is a little bit scary. So I've got all these little buttons I can push. I don't even want to pick up the Stream Deck and show you, but I'm going to do a couple of things. Ooh, that's a scary image, but that's me in full screen. Got another camera there. And then I got another camera over there. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can avoid playing too much today. Hope you guys are doing good. I've been reading your assignments for First Memories of Money and did a great job. I appreciate that. Hopefully it was helpful for you as well to get a little perspective from an older generation in the context of money and how they managed money. Hopefully they shared some things with you, and I see that they did because I've been reading your assignments, and I appreciate that. This assignment, First Memories of Money and the Parental Interview, is for sure it's my favorite assignment to grade because you really share in your stories and your interviews. You share basically important parts of your life. And I think and I hope and I believe that in doing the interview, the parental interview, whether it's with a parent or an aunt or uncle or a grandparent, I believe that typically you experience a learning, a kind of new perspective, and at least some clarification around the people that you respect and their perspective, their vision and their values and their purpose in terms of managing money. So I hope that helps. I hope you keep that in mind. I hope you keep what you learned in mind, and I hope that you have a new, improved relationship with the folks that you decided to interview. So thank you for your work in this last week's assignment. Many of you turned the assignment in early, and you got the extra points. If you didn't, let me just remind you that we have that opportunity to do early assignments. So I'm going to jump over to, I'm going to try to jump over to the, Uh, technology. Okay, let me move that out of the way. I'm hoping you can see my screen where we have, it's just the post for this week. Um, yeah, you can see it. I can see it on my other screen over there. So this is a screenshot that I wanted to just highlight before we go into today's lesson. Today's lesson is Credit Crush Part 1. So we have done a good deal of work this semester in setting the table. You've done your credit report. You learned the distinction between a credit report and a credit score, and you did your own credit report. Those of you who have Social Security numbers were able to do that. And so this week we're going to take a new step forward into the course where we will be going into your financial planning portal more. And so to start off, well, it's not the beginning. You've already set it up. You've set up your data cards, your first few data cards. So I'm going to jump into Billy's plan, and I want to show you what we're going to do in this Credit Crush assignment. But the screen that you're looking at right now, the screenshot, it's really the most important screenshot you're going to take this week, or really next week. And it's an important part of your capstone assignment. So I just wanted to show that to you so you know what I'm looking for when I grade your assignment for the Credit Crush. It's basically you demonstrating inside of your financial plan that you understand a couple of different credit strategies that you can use to pay off debt. So I'm going to go over that this morning. I'm going to spend a few minutes just unpacking what's inside of Billy's plan so that you can have a better idea of how to maneuver around in your plan. Before I do that, though, I want to take a minute to answer any questions you might have. As I'm making sure that my technology is working, I'm able to see right now. Let me jump over here. I'm going to go to camera C just for fun. And yeah, you can see me over here. So I can see your chat right now, and I don't see any questions. So I'm going to assume you don't have any questions. And if you do have a question, just jump right in there and leave a question. It's time to start. It's 10:07 a.m. So at this point, I probably won't be admitting anyone into the Zoom room. But if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, welcome. Please leave a comment. Those of you who are in the Zoom room, please make sure you just post your name and the time that you got here. I save those chats, and that's how I kind of keep a record of who attends the Zoom meetings. Obviously, you don't have to be here at the Zoom meeting. You can watch it. This video is live streaming to YouTube and Facebook, and it will be saved in your playlist on YouTube. So welcome aboard if you're on YouTube, Facebook, if you're watching at 2 in the morning. Glad to have you here. Please leave just let me know you're listening, you're watching. So let's get started. I'm going to jump into Billy's plan here on Right Capital now. And so let me just back up a minute, and hopefully this looks somewhat familiar to you. You have not nearly as much data in your plan as Billy has in his plan, so don't let this overwhelm you. I just let me first highlight where we are in Billy's plan. I'm getting a call on my phone, and my phone is being used as a camera, so don't know what to do about that, except say I'm sorry and hope it goes away. Hope it doesn't affect the stream. So in Billy's planning portal, just like yours, here we are at the profile and net worth. If we go to the dashboard, this is where you come into your plan. But we're going to go over here to the profile. We're going to go to net worth, and this is where we can add accounts. So I've talked to you guys a little bit about linking your accounts, which I think is a great idea, but you're certainly welcome to not do that. But if you want to use the budgeting component of your financial plan. You have to link your accounts. But we're not really focusing on linking accounts today. We're focused on the Credit Crush assignment, and I want to show you how to set it up. So to do that, I'm going to show you how to jump in here and set up the data cards, because you'll need to do that in your plan. But let me tell you a little bit about the data cards you're going to need to add. Just like Billy, Billy has all of the things in his plan that you're going to have in your plan. And so in this assignment, in setting up the Credit Crush assignment, I'm going to ask you now to make sure that you have changed your birthday. So whatever, if you're 20 years old, when I come into your age, I should see that you're 30 years old now, because you just changed your birthday to be 10 years older than you actually are. You can always go back and change that back after the semester's over. You'll still have access to your planning portal for 1 year, and I hope you'll use it. I hope you'll use it to create an actual plan. If you're in a place in your life where that makes sense, this is going to be a great tool, a great resource for you. If you're still in college and you're not really, in the mode of managing money or needing a financial plan, then obviously this is not a tool that will be all that beneficial to you, but hopefully it will be beneficial to you. So anyway, for this semester, for the rest of the semester, you are now 10 years older. And what that means is now we're going to be pretending that you have some income that is more than what you actually earn. So you're going to, part of your assignment this week in the setup for the Credit Crush assignment, and many of you have already done this, so if this is a repeat, I'm sorry, but if you haven't done it, you are going to need to do it. You're going to do this. You're going to pretend that you got that dream job, that job that you want to get after you retire. So you're going to have to do a little research. You're going to have to figure out how much money will you make if you get the job that you want to pursue after you graduate, the job that kind of fits into the area of your study, your current major, and you can easily do research to find out what kind of entry-level income you would have in that job. And that's the amount of annual income you're going to pretend that you have, and that's going to create some inflows into your plan, into your financial plan. It's also going to set you up so that you can create your 401k, and you can also do some more research to figure out what is the match and all of those things. That's coming. Okay, that's not this week's assignment, but this week's assignment does mean you have to figure out what kind of income will you make. You're 10 years older now, and so you need to add that to your plan. Once you've done that, I want you to go out and spend some money. So in Billy's case, now that he has an income, and now that you have an income based on that job that you're going to have, you're going to have to do a little research which just reminded me, I'm going to, let's see, do I have? No, I don't. I'm waiting for something special to happen so that I can push a button and make some funny sounds and celebrate the moment. That thing hasn't happened yet. So I'm looking, and Ava, I'm thinking maybe this time you're going to be there and you're going to be like ready. Uh-oh. It's Ava. Okay, cool. Let me just go over here and let me see if I can remember how to get here, because I have so many buttons. I'm hitting the sound effect button. That's for you, Ava. Yes. So why am I clapping for Ava? Because Ava just asked the big question of the week, which is always worth 10 extra points. I don't know how I'm going to give you those 10 extra points, Ava, but you are the big winner this week. Thank you very much for asking the important question. I need a screen for that. I'm going to add next week, you will see I will push a button and I'll have a really cool, I'll have something like this. Let me just show you. I'll have something like this. This is for a different screen show, but I'm going to have something like this for you next week every time you ask this question, because the question that you asked is, what is this week's class collaboration, which is now currently being announced in the Zoom meeting And so you're responsible to watch the Zoom meeting, even if you're not here during the Zoom meeting. You can watch it on YouTube, because now I'm about to announce what is this week's class collaboration. Way to go, Ava. You earned 10 points. So here it is. This week's class collaboration. What I'm going to be looking for is I want you to tell me, when you do a little research this week, one of the things you're going to do, like I already said, is you're going to set up your income. But from there, you're going to go and you're going to do a little shopping for your dream house. And you're going to find a home that's in the area that you want to live in based on where you work. So you're going to have to do a little research to figure out how much are you going to pay for a house. You're going to actually do quite a bit of research, because if you look, let me go to Billy's Mortgage. This is the same data card that you're going to have to create inside of your plan. And there's a lot of data here. So you've got home mortgage. You see it's jointly owned. It's in the plan. It's linked to your primary home. So this is all kind of information, little bits of information that are inside of your mortgage data card. And so you're going to have to do a little research to figure out what you're going to have, what you can afford for a house. And you're going to have to do a little research to figure out what kind of interest rate are you going to pay on your mortgage? What kind of mortgage are you going to have? A 30-year, a 15-year? So anyway, it's not difficult, but this is the data card. So you would add account, you would add a loan, and the loan would be a mortgage. So that's what I just did. Now if I can just delete that. So that's what you're going to do. But in this case, here's Billy's Mortgage. And here's what I want you to do. The class collaboration. Again, maybe I should hit the drum roll one more time. The class collaboration for this week is, since you're going to be creating this mortgage, I want to know what's the percentage of your income that is appropriate to go towards a mortgage. Okay, think about that for a minute. As you turn into a financially responsible adult and you have an income, you have a job, and now you're going to go buy a house. Based on your income, let's say you make $100,000 a year, which would be really good. You make $100,000 a year. What percentage of that would be appropriate to go towards your mortgage? So that's the class collaboration. I want you to do a little research. I want you to do a little thinking. And I want you to just post that in a comment, either on Facebook, YouTube, and Money Study Group. You can do it in GroupMe. You can have a conversation in GroupMe, but you don't get to use that as your screenshot. It needs to be in Money Study Group on LinkedIn, or LinkedIn too. If you're on LinkedIn, by the way, that's my favorite social media. I would love to see your comments there, but anywhere you want. And feel free to kind of like each other's comments and have a conversation with one another. That's the whole point of class collaboration. But the question is, what's the appropriate percentage for a mortgage? How much money should you be spending on a mortgage? That's the question. And that's what I want to see you thinking about and talking about this week.